Hannah Hamilton's Horrid Hullabaloo by Mary Anna Husler. This series is dedicated to all the wonderful Hewitt girls I was privileged to teach, with a special thanks to Savannah Rosen for her invaluable help. Chapter 9, A Shadow in the Corner. "I don't understand," Hannah said. "How could that be?" "Sometimes ghosts can choose whom to appear to, or more importantly, whom not to appear to," Sister Maria Constance said. "But who was he? And what does he want with me?" No one answered. They just stared at Hannah with very white, strained, and sad faces. Then she knew it really didn't matter who he was, because she realized who had sent him. Marla. "We have to go," Grace whispered. "Beatrice is in trouble." "Don't go. Stay a little while longer." "Who's Beatrice?" "When are you coming back?" "Be careful whom you choose to help, Hannah." Hannah was feeling a mixture of terror and annoyance. It wasn't bad enough that she was dead, but didn't she deserve to go straight to heaven? She had never done anything seriously wrong. All right, she stole candy when she was 7 years old because her mother wouldn't give her the money for a Snickers. Now and then she made fun of Donald, the class geek, and once she pinched $2 from Paxton's piggy bank to go to the movies with Taylor and Dylan. Well, she planned to pay him back, but she died first. So really, she could hardly deserve to be frightened out of her wits, assuming that ghosts had wits. She felt herself being pushed by Grace. Talk about bossy. When they left St. Hedwig, it was dark, which made no sense whatsoever. Hannah could have sworn they had only been in school for half an hour, and when they left St. Anne's, it had been morning. Eternal time. "What happened to Beatrice?" Hannah asked as they entered the darkened library. "Look, I want to show you this." Grace scooted over to Mrs. Danverglass's desk. She began to move things around: a cup full of cold coffee, a desk calendar 2 months behind, a plastic container full of broken crayons, pads of papers with doodles drawn on them, an apple cord, and a bent license plate. Hannah remembered how particular Mrs. Danverglass had been when she instructed Basil on how to prop up the books, and it struck her as peculiar that Mrs. Danverglass's desk was in such disarray. Evidently, she cared more about books than her own personal items. "Here's what I was looking for." Grace slid a file across the desk and opened it. Hannah glimpsed a series of drawings held together by a paper clip. Grace stopped when she reached Sumner's. Hannah glanced at the first drawing of the group and recognized what Beatrice had sketched in her homeroom, the paper which had disappeared in the trash. Then she spotted a second one, the drawing that Beatrice had been working on in art class. They were all signed with Summer's name. "Summer stole Beatrice's drawings," Hannah stated the obvious. Grace nodded. "There is nothing here for Beatrice. It's as though she didn't do any drawings at all." "How do you know all this?" Hannah wondered, and she couldn't help keeping this suspicion out of her voice. "While you were being terrified by your mystery man in the hall at St. Hedwig's, I was back at St. Anna's. I saw Summers stay after class and grab the drawings off of Miss Danverglass's desk, erase Beatrice's name, and sign her own." "Beatrice will know. She'll say something." "Who's going to believe her? The other girls will take Summers' side. Beatrice is on a scholarship. Most of them don't hang around with her because she can't afford to go to the nice parties or vacation with them in far-off places. Follow me. I want to show you something else." They were in Beatrice's bedroom now, and Hannah saw Beatrice sitting on the bottom bunk with a flashlight, sketching a jumpsuit. Above her there was another little girl, sound asleep, snoring softly. And right in the corner, a small cot had been crammed, where a third little girl lay, her brown eyes open wide, eyeing Beatrice. "Beatrice doesn't have much money," Grace said, "but she is way talented." While Grace was studying Beatrice, Hannah spotted a shadow lurking in the corner. Someone else was in the room, someone watching them. Just as Hannah was about to tell Grace about the strange silhouette, she saw the small jewelry box on top of the wooden bureau sliding towards the end, slowly and deliberately, as though someone was pushing it. Clanging and crashing, it hit the hard wooden floor, creating a thunderous noise. Beatrice started to scream, and the little girl on the top bunk sprang to her feet, leaped down, threw her pudgy arms around her sister, and she too erupted in a blood-curdling sound. The noise brought forth Beatrice's mother, dressed in a pair of ragged gray sweatpants and a dirty hoodie, a woman who looked utterly exhausted as she staggered into the bedroom. She was accompanied by Beatrice's father, an overweight and sweaty man with a wide, bulbous nose, a man who looked perpetually annoyed, and never more than at this very moment. "Are you all right?" Beatrice's mother sounded only slightly alarmed as she flipped on the light. Beatrice's father clearly did not care if she was all right. "What's going on here?" he barked, his round, shiny face taut with rage. "I have to be at the factory at 7 tomorrow morning. You don't think I need my sleep?" "My jewelry box," Beatrice said shakily. "It flew in the air and then fell on the floor." "That awful mouse." Beatrice's mother turned towards her husband. "You were supposed to put those traps down." "It wasn't a mouse," Beatrice protested. "I would have seen a mouse. It was nobody." "It was a ghost," the little girl on the cot insisted. "She was a pretty ghost, wearing a nice coat, but the coat was bloody. She's gone now, but there are 2 of them standing in the corner. One of them has frizzy red hair and glasses. The other one's wearing pajamas." Looking unimpressed, she pointed at Hannah and Grace. "They're standing there right now. They're staring at us." Hannah and Beatrice exchanged dark looks. "See what you started?" Beatrice's father's poppy eyes blazed in his ruddy face. "You got your little sister all upset." "I'm the one who's upset," the girl who occupied the top bunk piped up. "I think she needs a therapist," Beatrice's mother said. "Me?" Beatrice squeaked. "Me?" the other 2 sisters echoed. "We can't afford a therapist." Beatrice's father turned off the light, and the little girl clinging to Beatrice started to cry. "I'm afraid of the ghosts." "There are no ghosts," Beatrice's father screamed from the hall. "Would you like me to sleep with you?" Beatrice asked. "They're leaving now." The 3rd little girl on the cot cheerfully waved goodbye as Hannah and Grace soared out of the room. Hannah was more determined than ever to help Beatrice. She just didn't know how.